Hey, sippers. Welcome to a new episode of Tea and Champagne Podcast. My name is Lena.
Hey, Sippers, my name is Dee.
And yes, now we have an honorary guest that's back with us this evening to talk about skincare again. We have Tammy. Tammy, say your last name so I can say it correctly.
A dismute.
Tammy Dismuke. She is our licensed esthetician that we brag about every time we talk about our platform. We have a licensed professional on our show, but we're going to get in more into what she has to offer this evening and so much to talk about tonight. But first, we're just going to clean up our little, do our duty. Sippers, if you're interested in being a guest with us, email us at teaandchampagnepod@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. And once again, Sippers, we love your support. We love everything that you guys have done for us, for your just growing in numbers every day. So thank you so much for all of your support. What you got, Dee?
Well, like Lena said, thank you guys for your support. We're excited to have our guest today, Miss Tammy. She is, as Lena said, a licensed esthetician, and I'm excited for her to be back on as an honorary guest because if you guys have not seen her first episode with please go back and play that back. Those episodes with our guests have great tidbits, and Tammy's episode in particular had a lot of great feedback. We
Yeah.
love that episode. Our listeners love that episode, and there are tidbits that I take away from that episode that I'm still practicing to this day.
Hmm.
Excited to have you back, Tammy. We want you to promote everything that you're doing. We have a particular event that she's going to talk about in this episode. So definitely highlight that, but just highlight your skill set in general because you're not one of many. So we want to make this, huge for our community. So I want to
Hype her up, Dee. Hype her up.
I love it.
make the community glamorous and glorious and get everybody's skin right. So
I love it.
with no further ado, tell us a little bit about your background and how you're joining us today. What brings you on?
My gosh. Well, you lovely ladies brought me here, and I just want to say Happy New Year to you all, and thank you so much. Yeah, Happy New Year. I know it's a new year. It's
Happy New
2025.
Year. Yeah.
And so I'm very excited about that. And I am a little special when it comes to aesthetics because I get a chance I work under supervision of a plastic surgeon, an ocular plastic surgeon. And some nurse practitioners. We have about three that I work under. And so I get to do some medical things that a lot of people are not privy to that are estheticians. So I think that is something that's really special about what I do. So that just means that I can really go a little bit more aggressive with treatments and
Mm-hmm.
you can see some outcomes a little sooner, a little quicker. And so, and if there's any other medical estheticians out there that work under plastic surgeons or doctors, feel free to chime in, send us, a message and let us know that you're out there because I would love to talk to them about some different things. A couple of things that I do have coming up is I am involved in a lunch and learn, and that's going to be at the Center for Facial Rejuvenation. Yay! And
Yay.
it's really special. This is very special because it's for women of color. Yes, so our melanated sisters.
So exciting.
Yes. And so I think it's really important that we get the word out because there's a lot of different products, treatments, lasers that we can take advantage of that are very safe for our skin. And you won't know that until you actually go to the lunch and learns and are able to talk to estheticians that deal with melanated skin.
Mm-hmm. So, learn, is this a hands-on lunch and learn? Are you coming in as a format where it's presentation style and everyone can just take notes? Or is this a lunch and learn where people can come and expect to get some type of treatment? Or is it either or both or optional? What's the layout going to be up? What's the layout?
Well, it's kind of going to be more informative.
Okay.
and we will be able to communicate with each other. So if
Hmm.
there's questions, we can talk about things. Because it's going to be on site, we do have my work sisters there. So we
Nice.
can talk about other things that may interest you. Botox. We can talk about fillers. We can talk about IVs and B12 shots and different types of
Mm.
surgeries. So we're going to start off with talking about certain things like hyperpigmentation, how to protect the skin, safe lasers that are out there. But we're going to also kind of dig a little deeper based on what's on your mind. Because we
Yeah.
do a little bit of everything. So,
Yeah. That's
Huh, that's interesting.
yeah. I think we equate some of the Botox and some of that type of cosmetic treatment with a lot of our sisters. When I hear about Botox, I think extreme measures of it, but you probably are going to approach it to where there's different types of Botox that isn't quite so dramatic. Is what example of a myth that you might be debunking at this and learn that
Hmm. Good question. Good question.
well, I'm thinking about that. Well, one thing I will say is that people think that once you get Botox, you're going to have this appearance where you have no facial expression,
Mm-hmm.
like it's a permanent thing. And
Yeah.
it's not true. So I'm going to debunk that.
Yeah.
Basically, Botox is a neurotoxin, and there are several different neurotoxins out on the market. And it basically softens fine lines and wrinkles. And, you can also, it usually lasts about 3 months, and it's something that you can
Oh,
try. Or if you are interested in, continuing the treatment, you can continue. It's kind of up to you.
So it's not permanent.
It's
It
not permanent.
okay.
And it
And
softens. It softens like fine lines and wrinkles. Usually foreheady lines, crow's feet. Some people like to do a little lip flip,
mm-hmm.
especially if you have a gummy smile. So those are just a couple little jewels.
Oh, that is
uh,
listeners. If you want her to elaborate on some of that, come to this lunch and learn because I have some follow up questions on gummy smiles. Not necessarily for my smile in particular, but there are some people who I might redirect in your direction because that's something that they've had to address throughout their youth and thought that's something they would have to live with. But this sounds like an opportunity for them to modify something they thought they couldn't change. So
right.
that's
Yes.
good. That's a
And it
good tip.
doesn't take very many units. So that's another thing.
That's something new. So cool that you have nurse practitioners that you work with and that you're reporting or not reporting, but collaborating with clinical team members, right?
That is correct on a daily basis. And we talk about all different types of things and research and technology and basically how we can best serve our clients.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really why we're doing the things that we're doing is because we enjoy helping people. And this is a way to do that. And when people, my slogan is just kind of like, when people feel good on the inside, we want them to feel good on the outside. And most people that feel good
Hmm.
on the outside and they look well on the outside, they operate a little better, put that
Yeah.
little, that's the whole idea is to make it all match.
Right. And approach it in a healthy form and fashion. It's not probably just cosmetic relief. You're probably tapping into some of the lifestyle changes that can help prolong. And do you guys get into some of that lifestyle background in your clients? Do you talk about some things they can take away and practice at home? Or is it more treatment based?
Well, we do all of the things. We actually we're set up to do consultations first.
Mm-hmm.
And so you'll see me.
Yeah.
I do quite a bit of those consultations, the majority of them. And then I take your picture, I scan it with a Visia analysis machine. We talk about all the things that concern you. We talk about your lifestyle, what you're eating, because we do have weight loss there as well. We talk about hormones. A lot of us, as we start to get older, and you ladies don't have that problem now, but for some women that are in their 40s and up, they're starting to see signs of menopause. And so we talk about all of those things because we do have someone there that deals with hormone replacement therapy. And we tap into everything. It's really a one-on-one, it's a personal journey,
Mm-hmm.
but I do like to write down the things that concern clients. If
Mm-hmm.
that's, I'm no nutritionist, but we do talk about gut health and how it affects the skin. We talk about foods that really trigger acne, and one of them is dairy products. And so, and lots of sugar, refined sugar. So, we really get into lots of different things, but definitely lifestyle changes for sure.
That is a great topic.
Yeah,
Lunch and
yeah,
learn. Are you tapping into menopause and diet? Are those topics that will be addressed during your lunch and learn by
Oh,
chance?
yes, because they do affect the skin.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
That's actually one of the questions I was gonna ask you. I mean, you're talking about like the sugars and dairies that causes acne, but I wanted to know like what kind of foods or fruits could help our skin glow or to keep our skin refreshed.
Yes, well, lots of fruits, melons, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, avocado is amazing. Carrots are wonderful. You know, those are
Mm,
fruits, and probiotics and prebiotics are a good thing for gut health. I'm not much of a red meat eater. And that's
hmm
just kind of by choice.
Yeah.
But any foods that really can digest very quickly in the body, fish, chicken, turkey, different things like that. And if you're a vegetarian, you have tofu. My main thing is a lot of times when I'm talking to my clients, I'm trying to figure out what they actually need in their diet sometimes as well.
Yeah.
hmm
And so the prebiotics kind of come to play, and the probiotics, just that good, healthy gut. And that really helps the skin. What I find is in a lot of my clients who have acneic skin that are a little younger, they do have a lot of dairy in their diet, and it actually sets off inflammation in the body.
Hmm.
So those are different things that, we can tap into. Now, again, I'm no nutritionist, but, you kind of are what you eat. And so we really want to start kind of helping people, eat their way into a healthy lifestyle. And then, you'll start to see a lot of that on the surface of the skin. Beautiful, glowy skin.
I love that
That's
because
awesome.
it's
Now, when
that's good.
before we got into the interview, we had a little small chat, but you were telling us that what sets you apart from other estheticians is that you actually work under a surgeon or a doctor. So could you kind of go a little bit into why, I don't want to say why you're better than the others, but why your skill set is it's important. I mean, I feel like it's the type of profession where other estheticians should want to work towards. So I just want to know, like, explain the difference between an esthetician that works under a surgeon. I know that you got the cosmetics. I know that you can do Botox, but you said that you can like go a little bit deeper than what other estheticians can do.
Well,
So just
yeah, I
explain that to
think
the listeners.
Yeah, sure. Well, I've always was an esthetician first. And so shout out to all the estheticians that work really hard to try to keep you from going to the dermatologist and other
Yes.
places. But I do get an opportunity to work a little different in the aspect of I can do more aggressive treatments than some of my fellow estheticians that are out there who don't get a chance to do those aggressive treatments where blood is involved. So far as micro needling, a lot of times you have to be very, very careful when you're penetrating close toward the dermis of the skin, getting really deep. And so we can do things like that. We can do certain lasers, which we have. We also have an opportunity to do deeper chemical peels. They're mid-depth peels. So these are a little bit deeper to where, you do have a lot of sloughing off, as I call it, of the skin, where
hmm
it's some aesthetic facilities, they're not able to go quite as deep without, without having a doctor or even a nurse practitioner in some places. So I do get a chance to be a little bit more aggressive with treatments. And we do actually have a plan for the client. So if there's a situation that goes south, we have someone there that could write prescriptions, that could see them, that are doctors and nurse practitioners. So that's really nice to have on hand because, as we know, you can have reactions just using some of our basic products and doing basic treatments. And
True.
sometimes you just can't go to your regular esthetician because they can't prescribe you anything.
Mm.
and they can't really tell you what you're having, or they're not used to seeing reactions. Whereas nurse practitioners or ocular plastic surgeons, they can.
You know what's funny? I don't even know if you remember this, Tammy, but I think I saw you. It was 2 or 3 years ago, I guess. We were at a book signing event, and I told you that I'm having eczema flare up, or my eczema is becoming inflamed. And you were like, I know exactly what you need. You need this steroid cream. And you told me to
Mm.
write it down. I couldn't even remember, I can't remember the product, but what I do know is that I went to the dermatologist and I wrote it down, whatever, the product you told me, and I gave it to him. He said, yeah, that's exactly what I was going to give you. And it was like, Tammy saw that right off top. You know what I mean? So I still use the product. I can't tell you what it's called because I can't pronounce it, but I still use it and it has helped my inflammation, my eczema. So I know you're very skilled at what you do, but it's just amazing that, like you said, you can do the, what do you say, the aggressive treatment that most estheticians can't do. And I mean, it was just funny. I was like, well, maybe I should just kind of go to Tammy and just subscribe to her than to go to the dermatologist.
Well, we all respect our derms. They went to school and they've
No
done their
disrespect
research.
to
I
anyone.
know, right? But I tell you, that's why you have your estheticians here, because
Hmm.
sometimes they can save your trip to the derm, and or we work very well with dermatologists. And a lot of times some of us have some of the same issues.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Like I have eczema. I've
Hmm.
dealt with that, and it seemed like the older I've been getting, it was I wasn't really understanding what was going on. But then I realized, I was like, okay, Tammy, what are you eating?
Hmm.
What are you using? What type of detergents are you using?
Hmm.
I love to burn candles. What type of candle is that? Hormone disruptors, fragrance, the shower too hot. So
Oh
for
man,
me,
don't tell me that.
the wheat, I know some of the cross contaminated wheat. So when I started eliminating certain things and I started looking around me, just checking just the things that I enjoy, some of it was really causing a disruption hormonally and internally, just from what we eat, from the things that we're surrounded by every day. And we think it's okay, but then you realize later it's causing some issues.
Mm.
I definitely had to switch to a sensitive skin detergent.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
definitely something that I've eliminated from a lot of what I use. The perfume based detergents.
Mm-hmm.
I use like a bar soap for sensitive skin by Dove. I don't even,
Mm.
I mean, I use, if I want to smell good, I just have to figure out alternatives to my soaps, and my detergent has like a soft scent to it, but I love a scented body cream. Like
I
I can
know.
I
Mm-hmm.
can isolate that to certain areas of my body that's not
Uh-huh.
as sensitive,
Yeah.
but I'm good with a nice basic bar soap. That's one thing that my doctor did recommend when I was trying to explain some issues. And yeah, the perfumes. And then online I read about the candles and the plugins, like
Mm.
the Bath and Body Works plugins, and how that's messing with, like, you brought up how it could be a skin thing, but some people are like having respiratory things just from as simple as the plugins. But I love our melanated sisters and entrepreneurs selling us the natural candles with the
Oh, I
natural
love that.
oils
Yes.
Yeah.
and
Essential oils is the way
the
to go.
diffusers, essential oils.
Yes.
Yes, those are great alternatives. So that's a great reminder. And I'm just gonna check in real quick, Lena, because I put my earbud in and I want to make sure I didn't interrupt the recording. Do you see that we're still recording on your
Yeah,
end?
you're fine.
Okay. Okay, well, good. So, what else did you have, Lena? Because I don't want to interrupt the flow that you were going
Well,
on.
I just wanted to comment on the candles, the Bath and Body Works, because I can see if people are having issues with that, walking by that store, the scent is just out the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just so much blend of anything, and if it's that loud, I can see how that could probably harm someone. You're not
It's
thinking about it
potent.
at the time, but it's just
Yeah.
so loud.
Well,
Everybody can feel it.
that's true. And I love Bath and Body Works. They do have essential oils and different things there. So there's some alternatives in there. But if you are very sensitive to smell, you have a lot of issues with, like you say, upper respiratory issues, hormonal imbalances, you might just want to go to your essential oils.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
use those I don't use a fabric softener. I
Mm-hmm.
actually use the essential oils, and I put them on these little small cottony kind of balls, and you just kind of dab it on there and throw it in
Nice.
yeah, and your clothes smell so fresh.
Yeah,
You don't
That's
have to
that's a
a
worry about
good,
shift.
headaches.
yeah, that's a good alternative.
Yeah.
And I just want to do a shameless plug to Essential Things. I think that's the
Mm-hmm.
name of the business, the black-owned
It
business.
is. Love.
And
Ooh,
I
look
have,
at
Yes.
you. I love that.
Yes.
yes,
I
I have
live
some
by
good,
essential things. They have the good
yeah, she has
oils, the body
some good
oils.
body oils
Mm-hmm.
and candles. She has great candles too. And I
Yes.
call her the candle lady, but I cannot remember her name. But she is wonderful.
I love
Whenever
it.
I see her at the markets, I always try to support her. She
Oh,
just has
yeah.
some good smelling candles and good smelling scents.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to that black owned business.
Oh, yeah.
But
Awesome.
yeah, so okay, we're not gonna hold you up too much, but what I really do, I mean, you've told us about the things that you all are gonna do for the event, but can you tell the sippers like what time, when, and where, so they can come out and support you and learn about, uh,
Oh, yes. So it's going to be coming up January the 28th from 12 to 2. It's going to be held at the Center for Facial Rejuvenation. And we're right off of Gun Barrel on Jarnigan Road. And so we're in Suite 204. And the phone number is and hopefully we can have it listed on your site. So if people are
mhm,
interested, you just call and just reserve your spot. It's no charge. We will have food. You'll get discounts on products. You'll get discounts on your first treatments. And this is really awesome
mm,
because it's going into February, which is Black History Month for us. So,
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
this is skincare and really supporting our sisters and women of color. It's going to be really, really nice. And I really want to help and provide information, and we can talk about all of the things.
Yay!
So
Well, I
yes,
love that it's for sisters of color and that you're tailoring it for our particular skin types and that you have people that are educated on the melanin within our skin and how important it is for us to be mindful of the sun and to
protect, yes.
protect our skin. I'm sure that you'll be educating everyone that attends on a lot of things that they didn't think applied to us, but they do. And you're that street that Target is next to. So you're a convenient location.
I
So
am. I'm easy to get
sippers,
to.
if you're in the area on your lunch break, you got to pick up a couple things at Whole Foods, Kohl's, Target. Stop at the lunch and learn during that same time period. It's convenient. It's within proximity. I know a lot of people that live in that area, so we'll definitely be promoting
Mhm.
this and sharing all the
Yeah.
details.
And yeah, don't run over there to Chick-fil-A because that's right next to it. Don't run over there. Run over there to Tammy's.
You,
You know
But
yeah, we're
what
gonna have
though?
lunch for you. We're gonna have lunch for
yeah,
you
she
anyway.
just said they're gonna have
So you
food,
listen.
which was
Don't
my
you worry
next
about it.
Yeah.
question.
And it's gonna be
Yeah.
good food and healthy. And
Yes,
I'm gonna take very good care of my people.
yes.
Mhm.
And ladies, you are always invited. I really appreciate you all and all that you do in the community. And I see you all. I
Thank you.
see all the amazing things that you're doing and supporting
Thank you.
business. And
Thank you.
so, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate you supporting me. And
Well,
so,
We
I appreciate you
appreciate
for saying that.
you. Yes. Thank you
We
so
appreciate what
much.
you're doing and bringing together women of color in this particular field because that's
Yes.
something else I want to point out. Tammy is a woman of color in a profession that has a clinical component to it. And I know that You are, again, not one of many, but I feel like this is an opportunity to bring out more of our sisters who have a
Yeah,
similar trajectory with that path. Because I know nurse
yeah,
practitioners who have the dermatology background, and I know that there are surgeons who have the skincare background component. And working in the healthcare field, I'm so excited that you're tapping into healthcare that just feels good and that most
yeah,
women think is like an optional self-care, kind of like a pleasure, but it's more to it than that, it's more
yeah,
to it than a cosmetic and do it as a treat for yourself. Sometimes it does have a
yeah.
clinical benefit,
Oh, yeah.
and we have women that look like us that's educated about it. So I love that you're
Mhm.
bringing that to it so we can all come together and women like yourself can start working together.
Oh, I would
I'm
love
Right.
that.
excited.
Yes. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm here to be of service. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here to be
Yeah.
of service, and I'm here to make you feel and look your best no matter what
Mhm.
you're dealing with so far as financial that we can afford. There's certain things that we definitely can make sure that you can afford. So don't let
Nice.
that be an issue if you're like, well, I don't know that I want to do this or do that, because of XYZ. Don't let
Yeah.
it stop you from learning. There's always going to be a way. There's a
Yeah.
way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's a
Because I
way.
used to think facials was kind of like something reserved for a splurge. Like if I want to splurge on something, I'll get myself a facial or I'll go see an esthetician or I'll go when I can splurge and treat myself. But you make it seem more accessible. So I appreciate you for that.
Mhm.
So
Thank you.
Yeah.
thank you for this opportunity to bring
Yeah.
this to our listeners and bring it to the community's attention. I think it's important
Mhm.
for them to understand it's not just for a certain type of person.
And one more thing, because I'm still at the basis of my skincare, but I know it's probably been a while since we had the first episode, but I do remember you saying skincare is important because you're investing in your look, you're
Mm-hmm.
investing in how you want to show up. And I think after that episode, I went straight to Target or to find somewhere with some nice skincare, and I have kept my regimen up. And it's honestly my favorite part of my nightly routine is to wash my face, put my toner on. I love the way I look after I put my toner on. And just moisturize myself. And I mean, I feel like my skin is glowing. Y'all
It's
see this.
You do
glowing.
So
have a
that ain't
glow.
no
It's
filter.
glowing.
That ain't no filter. So
I know, no filters. There's no filters over
that
here.
ain't no filter.
Yeah,
But
and
I
it's good.
appreciate you educating me then. And, I just want to see you, grow and go further. So I appreciate you always being willing to be available to us.
Oh, yes, and yes, that's why I went to school, and I've been with this company for over 8 years. And before then,
Wow.
I was working for a big beauty brand that you all are familiar with, and so it's been really over 10 years now. So I kind of know a little bit about both worlds, and that's the medical grade side and the prestigious brands and different things like that. So I totally understand. I understand where people are going, what they're thinking, because I've been there and I've seen it. And the journey of skincare it's a $1 billion business.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
people are definitely investing in themselves more and more every day. And we are actually living longer. And so people want to look good longer and they are not aging.
Mhm.
With the technology that we have now and all these products, you really can age extremely slow
Mm-hmm.
if you just do some minor prevention, just a
Yeah.
couple things here and there. You don't have to overdo it, but we're going to get into that at the Lunch and Learn. And I just encourage anyone that's out there that's kind of curious, don't know where to
Mm-hmm.
start at the Lunch and Learn. I'll
That's a
be
good
there.
point.
I'll be ready.
That's right, and that's true. If
Yeah.
you have a lot of questions, just listening, the Lunch and Learn is the perfect place. Like she said, it's free, it's a safe
Yeah.
space, and you can have your lunch there while also learning how to move forward with your own skincare routine. So thank
Yeah.
you for letting us share this information because I think the listeners will appreciate it. And we have
Mhm.
your beautiful flyers, so we'll be making sure everybody sees the
Yes.
glow on that picture and
Mm-hmm.
I'm glimmering.
and then
Right.
everybody come out and support because
Yes,
that's
Yes.
the
please.
thing. We
Please
need to
do.
support and we want
Yeah.
everyone to
Mm-hmm.
support.
And it's limited seating. So as soon as you realize that you want to go, you want to bring a friend with you, that's fine. You just give us a call and we'll put your name down. So I just want to let you know the seats are going to go quick.
Well,
So
yeah, because you do have to register. You have to RSVP, listeners. It would
that's
be,
all you have to do.
yeah, yeah, it would
Mm-hmm.
be good for you to RSVP to make sure you have a spot.
No. Yay.
Good. Well, thank you, Tammy. And we don't want to take up too much of your time, but we usually do for our upcoming week. We like to set an intention for how we want to proceed and accomplish mundane things or simple things, just not too much on us. Lena, I'll let you start off with your intention first this time.
Oh, it's been a long day.
Yeah,
Let's just say, let's see, my intentions for this week. Well, I'm gonna just continue my balance.
yeah.
I keep on saying this, but I just started with a new company. So I'm excited about my new job, and I'm
Yay,
just trying to learn
congratulations.
everything that I can, so I can go further and balancing my personal life and the podcast. This year, I mean, I didn't make any resolutions this year, but I am practicing discipline. Whether it's finances, whether it's food, whether it's time management, I'm just trying to be better at that because I want to be a better woman.
That's
It
good.
starts there.
That's good. Balance is good. I'm gonna continue from my last intention of organize behavior. I want to continue to practice managing my priorities. Everything is a priority for me. So I
Yeah.
want to remember which items really do take priority and which items that I can also help balance. Even if it's as simple as just cleaning out my inbox, because that's what I've been working on this week. And so I want to continue. I want to get better about discarding old information. Some people are a hoarder of things. I am a
Mm,
I'm a hoarder of technology. I don't want to delete anything, and it's taking up too much space on my hard drives. That's one thing I want to do. I want to clean out my inbox, maybe get my systems running faster. And I usually, when I do that about maybe once a quarter. I find so many things that I forget about working on that fall through the cracks. Nothing important, but just like little notes that I'm just like, oh yeah, that was an idea I had, and I meant
hmm.
to follow through on that. So cleaning out the inbox and then opening up new things for the year, that should be good.
I
Yeah.
love it.
And Tammy, what about you? Do you have any
Yeah. What about
intentions for
you,
yourself
Tammy?
this week?
Oh my gosh, you all have just covered everything. I am so just like you all. Well, one thing is definitely time management.
That's a
I
good
need
one
to
too.
need to work on that. And like you say, everything is a priority.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
is a priority. So time management, organizing a little bit more, like you say, freeing up, your inbox
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to pay for extra storage. I
No.
No.
want to do that. And definitely, and spending a little bit more time with some of my family.
Oh, yeah.
My family time as you all start to get a little older, you start to realize that a family is so important to check in and go visit the
Yeah.
cousins and
Mm,
and hang out with your friends and make
yeah.
sure just the connection. And so I
Yeah.
want to do a little bit better with that and spend a little bit more time with some of my girlfriends, hang out with my sister a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing that. So family time. So I'm in the same boat as you all, just trying to be organized, trying to prioritize, spending more family time. I think those are some things that I'm definitely going to work
I
on.
love it. Yes, I love that. That's perfect. That is a perfect way to
Yes.
end our episode. Thank you so much. And
Yes.
again, listeners, January 28th from 12 to 2, make
Yes.
sure you RSVP before the spots get gone. Make sure you
Yeah.
you
I
get
mean,
yours
after
first.
everything that we just covered, why wouldn't you want to be there?
I
You know?
know. If you can make the
I
time to
mean,
do
you
it,
got Tammy.
you have the time to go ahead
And
and put
this
it on
is
your
just a
calendar.
sample. Can you imagine what it's going to be like for 2 hours?
I love
Yes.
it. I love it. I love it.
Well, I love it too. Thank you so much. I cannot say that
Yes,
enough.
thank you again. Yes.
It's a pleasure. Thank you
All
so
right.
much, ladies.
You're
You're
welcome.
welcome.
We'll
All right.
see
Well, we're
you.
going to go ahead and end the episode. Bye, y'all.
Bye,
Bye.
sippers.